Hi everybody, welcome back to the shop. Welcome to another live stream here at EP3D Studio. I'm your host Matthew, and in front of me behind you is my producer wife Emily. Say hello.
Hello.
She's going to be running the chat and doing editing and all that kind of fun stuff. So all your questions and comments she will relay to me for me to answer to you. And me, I am hosting this crazy shenanigans of a show. And today is going to be a little bit more of a low-key, yes. What am I looking for?
Keep talking.
Oh, okay. Today's going to be more of a casual stream. That's the word I was looking for. Casual kind of news and updates. There's some exciting stuff coming down this year that look pretty promising. And also Q&A, what questions you have, and I will do my best to answer them. I know there's been a few of you on Discord that's had some questions, and I've not been able to get to that in the last few weeks. I've been kind of busy, so I will try to be on Discord more often to help you guys out and be more present there. So write that down, remind me of that. It's right there under your cube.
Write it down that you need to be more present.
Yeah, on social media. Mm-hmm. So we're going to let some people pile in here and start doing some introductions. Who's here? Anybody new?
Nobody new yet that we know of. Rich
right.
says, new stuff, oh boy, and he wants a refund because you're late.
Okay.
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 You have to start refunding tickets.
Here you go. Refund.
And Scooty's here today.
Hey,
Says,
Scooty.
hey, howdy, y'all.
That was loud.
Sorry.
Hi, Rich. Hi, Scooty. Welcome.
Yes, Rich. Yes. Rich says he's got a good idea to make the streams more exciting. And we're always open to ideas, right? So no idea is a bad idea. We're willing to try anything, right?
We are. No idea is a bad idea except for the bad ones.
So we need a Nerf gun that I get to fire at you when requested by the viewers.
That's fair. Ooh. Make that like a super chat thing.
I like it.
Send a super chat. She Nerf guns me in the face.
Yes.
It's called
Fun for us
exploitation.
all.
It's exploitation, and I like it.
Fun for us all.
Well, for
Love
you
it.
at least, and the audience. But that's all we're here for, right?
It's like a dunk tank, but you know,
Possibly a black
more
eye.
studio friendly.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's see. Jeremy Pelling's here. Says hi all.
Hi, Jeremy Pelling. Hello, welcome.
Omar is here. I think Omar might be new and says hello from Switzerland.
Hello, Omar from Switzerland. Thank you for joining. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you so much. I know it's late over there in Switzerland. We appreciate all of you, all of you from the Europe area that come in and hang out with us when you could be sleeping. We appreciate it.
Right.
Dad Eggs is back and says hello.
Dad Eggs. Hello.
Rich says awesome. Love that idea.
It's a good idea. We'll have to go.
George Martin says hello. I like other times I see the video tomorrow morning, but always love your videos.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, like other times. So I'm assuming George has got to get going. I know he's
Portugal.
from the European area. I have so many names here now. It's hard to keep track of where everybody's at.
We're getting kind of I would say a list. It sounds horrible, but a list of our regulars that show up every week, or most every week, and we super appreciate it. What else? Who else?
And that's
all we got right now.
If you haven't yet, please hit the like button for us.
Yeah.
Helps feed the algorithm, helps drive people our direction, helps us keep going.
Sure. So, two main stories I want to get to today, and there could be some other stuff we might talk about if we bring it up. Actually, I might want to talk about some of the BigTreeTech stuff that's coming. Super cool stuff. But first of all, we're going to talk about Anycubic's MMU, or multi-material unit. So that's their version of the AMS, right? And so they did a teaser on their website, and I think on a Facebook group, showing, obviously there's a printer that's going to go with it. I would assume the new Anycubic Cobra along with this thing. So that's super exciting, and my editor walked away. I was going to show on my screen the website here. Actually, this isn't the Anycubic website. This is All 3DP. All 3DP, if you're not familiar, is a good, I think it's like a blog or something like that. They do really good like articles, news, and tech stuff with 3D printers, and they're usually the first ones that come out with good information about this stuff. So this was the teaser. Are you on the screen?
You didn't move your picture-in-picture.
Rats. You know how to do it. Oh, I don't have it. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, you locked me out. It's kind of like that.
I didn't lock
secret.
You out. I could change it from here.
That secret file sharing area you didn't want to share with Drew a while back. You're just locking everybody out of everything.
Right. I could do it from here if you need me to.
Let's see. Rich says, to keep the idea with the theme of the channel, you have to 3D print the Nerf gun. Nice. I like that, Rich. That's a good idea.
A good plan. 3D printing my own demise.
Good idea. Oh, George, you're absolutely okay. Normally when I'm reading, I try to filter through things, but today I'm not on my best at this moment. So that was totally me. And Scooney says, every time I watch y'all, I forget to hit Emily up for stickers for my printers. I'm convinced they would be perfect for my printers. Scooney, please send us a Facebook
address,
message, a email, any of those kinds of things you want to send us. Please send us your address. We'll send you a bunch of stickers.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Also, pause. What's a 3D printing channel without 3D printing something? So we're just going to have a 3D print going in the background here because I have a camera set up on it.
I know.
And I do. It'll show up.
Okay.
So. And loaded. And started. All right. So that's going to get started here. It might make a little bit of noise, but you know, it's a noisy 3D printer. We're used to these things around here. Are we on my screen? What are we on?
Yeah.
We are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, come on. So this is the article for the Anycubic MMU, multicolor 3D printing breakthrough. And it's just, clearly there's a printer there and the unit with like a veil on it. So this is a pretty short article. I have actually linked this in the video description. I'm not going to read through all of this. Just, it's honestly, there's not much to it. Just like, hey, Anycube is coming out with an MMU. Stay tuned. Nothing really, no details about it, no specs or nothing like that. But you could read through that at your leisure from the link below. But exciting to see Anycubic and Creality. That's the next one. Creality is coming out with one too, and it's exciting to see more companies, you know, jumping on the bandwagon that Bamboo Lab started with multi-material things. There's also the Chroma kit, but that's a whole hot in and stuff like that. So that's a little bit more complicated, but promising stuff. Like I said, excuse me, like I said, super exciting that more and more companies are doing this, and a lot of people are going to complain, oh, you're just copying Bamboo Lab, you're just copying Bamboo Lab. Good. Bamboo Lab made something amazing. Copy it and iterate on it, make it better, which is going to force everyone to keep doing this. It's the cycle of just making things better. Competition in the tech space, in the 3D printing space, we need it. And this last couple of years, well, a year or so, has been a huge leap in the 3D printing technology. I think it's been super exciting. The hobby level stuff is getting really nice. Hey, we're starting. That startled me there. So, all right. Next, this is what excites me, and I have mixed feelings about it because of the K1, but this is the Creality K2 Plus. This is supposed to be very competitive and clearly competing directly with Bamboo Lab with their Core XY machines. But there are some things about this that are really nice that I'm quite happy that they're doing. I'm just really hoping, we're really hoping that the execution is going to be better than the K1. And there's, I forgot to link the video, but there is a video from Polymaker. Yeah. They had one, they were at the Creality HQ looking at one. He was talking about some of the development of it. And apparently this thing has been in development for a good few years. So clearly they've had their eyes on Bamboo Lab for a while.
Everybody has.
Yeah. And they needed something, and I think the K1 was like a stopgap machine. They came out with that super fast, really rushed it to market, issues with the firmware at first. Over the last year or so, they've really sorted it out, and it's a good, nice machine. I like running that machine. It works really well for me. There are some things about it that are frustrating, but any printer's going to have that. But
Rich says imitation is the highest form of flattery, right?
yes, very much. I mean, look at the Ender 3 and all the clones. So what was I saying? Oh, with the K1, clearly it was a rushed out product, and so it's missing features that I think it should have had. And a lot of people wondered, like, hey, at this price point, it's pretty good, but where is the multi-material unit? Where is the nozzle clean feature and stuff like that? Like, the nozzle clean feature wouldn't be that hard to implement in any machine, really. So that seemed kind of strange that they didn't have it on there, but no big deal. This thing here, I don't know if they're going to come out. I mean, I would assume they're going to come out with different sizes of it, but it's going to be, the Plus anyway, is going to be 350 millimeters cube. So really decent size build volume. It's got their version of the AMS, which they're saying it'll do 16 colors, so you could stack 4 of these things together. The nozzle can get up to 350 degrees, which is awesome. It's got not only a webcam in the machine, but a nozzle camera, so a camera somewhere on the hot end. And it's supposed to be like an AI thing to help detect print failures and stuff like that, and it's a closer look at what's going on with the print. Super cool stuff. And the AI stuff will work with the printer offline, which is super cool. Wow, that thing's noisy sitting right here. Holy cow. So, and on top of that, it's got an actively heated chamber. So, which I kind of wondered why the Bamboo Lab didn't have an actively heated chamber, but due to its size, it's a pretty compact machine. Just heating up the bed to 90, 100 degrees C and letting it sit for 10 minutes will heat the inside of that thing up pretty dang good. Now, a machine that's this big, 350 cubic millimeters, you're going to need some active heating to really warm that up sufficiently. Plus, with a nozzle temp of up to 350 degrees C, I imagine there's going to be more material, obviously more exotic materials you're going to be able to print in the thing. So, there's some cool stuff in the article. I'm not going to really read through it, but they're looking at, according to this, a July 31st release date for purchases. So it's exciting and tempting. I want one, but that's up to the boss. And we have until July to figure that one out. So I want one of these, everyone. Just throwing that out there.
So some guy, I don't know who this is. I think he might be new. Some guy named Drew.
Drew?
Yeah, I don't know if we've seen him. Have we seen
the
him
name
before?
sounds kind of familiar.
It does, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Man,
Some guy named Drew
Yeah.
says hi to everyone
Yeah.
and feels like he can just rip on you his first time in the thing, you know, like.
Really? Just going all out at first, huh? First thing.
So Drew says, turning into a Creality shill now, are we? Just kidding.
No, but Creality, to their credit, has been a huge influence on the 3D printing community. I don't think 3D printing in the hobby space would be nearly where it is today without the effort that Creality has put into it. So I have to give them that.
He says he's walking now.
That's fair. Oh, he's walking now? Oh, it's good. 'Cause
Like we roused him too much
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
he's out, is what he's saying.
No, it's because he had his foot thing, surgery, and he wasn't walking for a while.
Maybe. I read it as in like,
Oh, I'm walking away now.
yeah.
Oh, whatever. So now, because of this, and if this thing, I hope,
You were right.
I really hope they don't rush this thing out. I mean, they've obviously announced it long before they announced the K1, as far as like when the K1 was announced and release date. It seems like they're letting this one sit in oil, toil, bubble, and boil for a while. I don't know if they're trying to like start up a hype train or something like that, because they know that their K1 was kind of a flop. And I imagine that's going to affect initial sales of this. People are going to be really hesitant to get this until review units get out. Whereas with the K1, man, people jumped on that so fast, and a vast majority of them were pretty disappointed, and I can't blame them. So hopefully this fixes that. They're It's going to run Clipper, and they're saying it's going to be open source right out of the gate. So that's an improvement.
I feel like Creality has a habit of over-promising and under-delivering.
Yes, so
And that's the scary thing. Because like you could get this and it could be as good, if not better, than the Bamboo Labs, or you could get this and it could be the K1 with the color change system on top.
Yeah.
Like that's the hard part.
Yeah. Now, cool thing though with this color change system is that they said that you can get an upgrade kit. So if you have a K1 or K1 Max, there'll be an upgrade kit so you could add the multi-material unit to those machines, which I think is a fantastic idea. Instead of having a new machine that has all this new stuff and making people have to buy it all, maybe just let them get the multi-material unit and plug it into their current machine. I think that's a great idea. And apparently it's supposed to work with the Ender 3 V3.
I wonder if it works on the old Enders.
Probably not. It's got to be Clipper only. Yeah.
I wonder if somebody put Clipper on someone's previous Ender machine.
Maybe. Maybe snag one, throw it on here. Could be fun. What's the other things you're claiming? 30K acceleration, the typical stuff. Core XY, obviously. They're saying 66% more flow rate out of the nozzle. Yep, 66% higher flow rate than the previous design, whatever that means. And I don't know what their testing methodology is, if it's, because different materials are going to have different preferred flow rates, so if it's just PLA or if it's ABS or whatever, right? So, don't know. So I'm going to get in contact with Creality, email them and be like, yo, I want one of these. I want to review one. I'm not asking for a free one, but I would like to get one early. But if they want to send me a free one, hi Creality, I'm here. Support the little channels, guys.
So 2 things. I'm going to start with Rich's comment because it's on topic, and then we're going to go to Drew's and we're going to see if you're willing to change topics or if you're
we can change topics. We're almost done with that.
So Rich says, to me, the issue with Creality is the build quality of the machines. There's no denying their impact on the hobby space and stuff, but they just don't seem to have good quality control.
Yes, you are correct. Their quality control has been very disappointing. And I think a lot of that is when you decrease the quality control, you decrease the cost. But at what cost at that point, right? Because they had issues with the first K1s and they had to give everybody new extruders that got those first batch of K1s. So how expensive was that for Creality? Did they really save any money in the long run? I don't know, but I don't think it was.
I think that's a good point. Depends on the price point of this thing when it does come out. Is it equivalent to the similar Bamboo Labs, or is it going to be a budget option? Because if it's going to be the same price and quality control is an issue, then that's a tough one.
So a big thing on their software side is they're going to have to put a lot of work into that, because right now with Bamboo Labs and obviously their slicer, Bamboo Studio or Orca slicer, and the Bamboo Cloud and cloud services are significantly better and easier to use than the Creality Cloud. The Creality Cloud, sorry, it sucks. It is riddled with ads, it's laggy, it's buggy, it is an awful experience in my opinion. Now, some people like to use it and it does work. It just, for me, it is more frustrating to have to scroll through and close ads. I just want to search for something and print it, if that's how I'm going to use the machine. So, and there is a paid-for version of the Creality Cloud, but I don't want to pay for an extra service. I think having a subscription on top of the printer you just bought is a bad business model. So,
that's life. Everything does that, though. Can't hate on them for doing something that everybody else does.
Yeah, but Bamboo doesn't. And if they're going to compete
I'm
with
just
Bamboo,
saying, like, everything in life. Like, I have a vehicle that has remote start, but you have to pay for the app. A certain amount of money each year for an app to remote start. Like, it's just life.
Yeah.
Pay to play is kind of the new way things are going.
And I hate it.
Just because you hate it doesn't mean it doesn't work, though.
Yeah.
Rich makes a good point. The bigger build size will tempt some people when comparing to the Bamboo.
Yep. And so, and that's another thing. Does Bamboo plan on making a bigger Core XY? I surely hope so. because the build volume of the Bamboo is, you know, I consider it a medium-sized build volume, a little bigger than an Ender 3, a little smaller than your typical, you know, 300 cubed, which the 300 cubed mark is kind of becoming more standard, and that's what people want. So hopefully, Bamboo, well, obviously they're going to clap back at this. They have to. As far as market share goes, Creality is going to be their biggest competitor. So we will see what Bamboo does. And then price point, I would think, so the K1 Max came in at what, right at 999 bucks. You could pick them up for 900 here and there. I think with this, with the multi-material unit, 12 to 1400, I think would be a fair price if it is competitive. And that will be a much more viable option over the Bamboo Lab at that point. So your move, Bamboo Lab, right? Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping for, is that they come in and make a better machine that competes with it, so it forces Bamboo to react. That's the plan. That's the goal, hopefully. So enough about that. It's cool. It's exciting. Can't wait to see what it's like. She's like, oh God, you're so annoying.
You clearly wanted to rave about this machine. You're just like,
it looks awesome.
And on.
I'm
and everybody's talking
optimistic
over here and asking questions and doing all their thing, and you're just.
Well, I don't know they're asking questions. You gotta relay those to me. Come on.
You got.
Okay.
For a few seconds.
Okay.
The order to read these all in. First of all, I'm gonna get back to you, Drew. I promise. I see your question over there. You're not your question, but your conversation. But before I do, Scooney asked, what printer is that?
This is a Two Trees SP5 that I've pretty heavily modified. I've completely changed the hot end, gutted the electronics out of it, rewired the whole thing. It's got a BigTreeTech SKR3 main board and a BigTreeTech Pi, all running Clipper. And I'm slowly working on an enclosure for it. So it is a very capable, pretty dang fast Core XY machine. So I like it.
Okay, and then real fast, this quick question. I think somebody's already answered it, but I've got to scroll down to get to the answer, so I'll ask anyway. Anakin asks, can I use a PEI build plate on a Sidewinder X2 from Solve? The magnetic plate has 4 holes. Will this be a problem?
So you want to get a different magnetic plate with a... So you're wanting to get a build plate from a Sobel and stick it on there is what you're asking.
Sobel, that's the
Yeah.
word.
Yeah, I mean, you could always retrofit it. The biggest thing is going to be the hole spacing. Measure, I don't remember exactly what it was, but measure the hole spacing for the artillery build plate and see if it matches what Sobel has. So if need be, you might need to somehow get a new carriage underpiece that has the right hole spacings. And there are services that will do that for you. Sin, Cut, Sin, JLC, PCB, PCB Way. They could do stuff like that pretty cheap. So I would recommend not 3D printing one because it'll sag over time. I've seen people do that and it just slowly sinks. It's not great. But yeah, or if it's close enough that you could open up the holes on the carriage that the Sidewinder has. Yeah, but other than that, you should be able to retrofit it. Don't know if it's DC or AC powered. So I'm not super familiar with the Sobel machines.
Scooney asks, those are kit printers, correct? I think that was before you even let me get into the comments here.
Yes.
That is not a kit printer.
It kind of was. It came unassembled.
But is the Tron XY, because that was Drew's answer, he said he thought it was a Tron XY. So is the Tron XY a kit printer?
The Tron XY is definitely more of a kit printer. This out of the box is a more complete, polished machine than the Tron XYs. So now there were issues with it, and I knew about the issues before even buying it, and I knew I was gonna swap out the electronics anyway, so that didn't bother me. The price was right, and it's a good, solid frame. It's a solid kinematics, like the Core XY is fine. It's a good machine mechanically. Electronically, it just needed some help, and that's what I did. So, and it's my best printing machine that I have.
Okay, so circling back to Drew, he says he's really interested to see what the new he's really interested to see the new Frozen Arco. Are we talking about that one today?
Yes, we could talk about that. I kind of forgot about that. I don't even know. That has not been released yet, or there might be some demo units out here. Let me Google that and see.
Oh, and Rich says he's pretty sure he saw an interview where Bamboo stated they'll have a bigger one when they are ready.
When they are ready, yeah.
So I was telling Matt earlier today, it seems like Bamboo's been dropping the prices on things. I've been seeing a lot of sales, a lot of like, hey, check this out. We're lowering the price on these things, which to me indicates they've got something else in the works, and they're just
Working
waiting.
on.
They're waiting till everybody comes out with like, look at this, we're competing, and then they're gonna be like, oh, that's cute. Look at what we've got.
Right. Or they're waiting to see what people come up with, and then they could take that and be like, okay, we need to add this and do this and add this feature.
I bet they're gonna come out with something groundbreaking and new, because they kind of seem like they're ahead.
That's their thing, is groundbreaking stuff. I'm assuming their new hot ends are going to be more like the A1, where it's going to be faster, multi-material, and less waste and stuff like that. So I wish really hope so.
Drew mentioned that he thinks they're probably going to rethink a few things with the A1 recalls as well. There's lots of third-party mods now.
Yeah.
Just catching back up on conversation here. Drew says K2 equals 2024 Honda Civic, Matt. It's still a Honda.
Yep, still a Honda.
Scooney says 300 cubed, correct?
The new Creality. Oh, this thing, it's the 300 by 300 by 330 in the Z. Give or take a few.
Anakin mentions he's going to stick it on glass, so the conversation above about the bed.
Oh.
My concern is that the holes create a temperature miss. That's a good point.
Oh, no matter what, the heater on the first two artillery machines they don't heat very evenly. So yeah, around the holes you're going to have issues, and then in the corners and edges you're going to have a pretty significant temperature loss. So I just do a magnetic one with the stick-on thing, and I do just fine. It's just I just make sure when I print things, I'm mindful of where the print sits on the bed.
If you're maxing out the build volume, possibly, but if you're just printing in the center, probably not.
Yeah, and typically I don't max out the build volume. If I'm going to print something that is going to be maxing out the X and Y build volume, I typically use this machine. It's more reliable, and it has obviously more even bed heat. So
Well, maybe Anakin doesn't have that machine to use.
I know. So
Do you?
the best thing, honestly, to help curb a little bit of that is run, 5-10 degrees hotter. So with PLA, you could safely run at 70 degrees C on the X2 with the magnetic plate. I do all the time, no issues at all. And then let it heat soak. Let it sit with the bed heated for a good 5 to 10 minutes, and that will help get that heat into the glass and through it and stuff like that, and that will help a lot of times, and that'll help with leveling too, because as the outside heats up more and more and more, it expands, and then so people will notice that on their prints the outside parts of it will be too close on this, because as it's starting and now that print is going, that bed is still heating up. It's not done heating up. The temperature sensor's in the middle, and it might take 10 minutes for that piece of glass to heat up. So
Scooney wants to know if your Two Trees is it DD?
it is direct drive. I'm running it's a E3D Hemera Revo XS.
And he
on
wants to know if it's a big undertaking to upgrade to higher temp hot ends.
On this, no. With the Revos, or are you talking about on this one?
Probably this one, I would assume. I don't know. I'm not sure.
No, hot end upgrades on the Revos are super simple. You can get the 60-watt heater, and they have a high temp Revo that you can get, and it's plug and play on the extruder. They're super easy to switch out on them. That's part of the allure of a Revo, is it's just really easy nozzle changes and hot end changes. So, plus the Hemera extruder is tried and true. It is a monster beast of an extruder, and it is a little heavier than your typical orbiter setup, but it's not crazy heavy. It is manageable, and it could push filament like nobody's business. So. Winning.
Drew let you know that Frozen Arco just finished their Kickstarter.
Oh, they finished their Kickstarter? Okay. I've seen a few things about it. Some people were disappointed with the print quality, but there really hasn't been that much information about it. It looks cool. Again, another kind of Bamboo Lab idea, 16 color AMS, pretty decent build volume, totally enclosed. The machine itself looks super cool. It's like super industrial looking, which I like.
Hang on. I'm just trying to read through, trying to keep up on my comments.
Okay.
Don't be salty.
I'm not salty.
See, this is why you won't go with Rich's idea of letting me have a Nerf gun, will you? Because you know I'm just gonna like start assaulting you anytime you get salty.
Well, you're not going to obey the rules.
I never do.
Nope.
Rich says he's kind of excited to see the details on the Solvo
Yeah.
SV08, particularly the price. And Drew mentions that he heard the price is under $1,000, and he saw some early reviews last week. He thinks they've already gone out.
Oh, nice. I haven't really seen much about the Solvo machine. I know there's a new one coming out. I didn't realize they'd already had some reviews and stuff on it. So, yeah, so this is why we do this. You give me information, I give you information. We have a chat. We like it. It's good. What?
All right, carry on.
Oh, so the Frozen Arco, very industrial look. I like it. And Frozen is they've been in the 3D printing space for a long time. They've been doing resin printing, and their resin printers are top notch. So exciting to see them doing an FDM printer. And again, a lot of the same stuff. Clipper, multicolor printing, auto leveling, the same kind of specs.
Rich says that it's basically a pre-built boron.
Yeah. I can kind of see that.
350 by 345. And Jugger D came in and says, hi all.
What's up? So, let's see. Oh, got a little demo video here. And it looks like an LGX style extruder, which are solid, good extruders. So, obviously a Core XY direct drive, all that fun stuff. I imagine it's running on CAN bus. I don't see very many wires in there. And CAN bus is super cool. I would love to do that to this one day. Yeah. This thing's pretty rad. Picks up, huh? It's their own software. This looks a lot like Orca Slicer, Bamboo/Prusa Slicer. Now they've updated their website since the last time I looked at this. Oh, you do different colors on the outside. That's pretty cool. That's cool. All right. That's rad. Yeah, I'll have to look at some videos about that here so I can get more information on it.
Sorry, Drew. I'm trying to keep up with you guys. They're talking about two different printers. He says we're talking about the two different printers. The pre-built boron is the SV08.
Okay.
And then the new Solvo printer. I can read today.
Solvo launching live stream in 1 day, 17 hours. Yeah, definitely a pre-built boron. It's cool looking though. Oh yeah, quad leveling, all the fun stuff. Interesting. It looks like a boron. But hey, why not? That looks nice. Wonder what the price is going to be like on it. Yeah, just vanilla clipper.
Oh, THRL's here, says hello.
Hello, THRL. Thank you for joining. I guess I could leave that up. Yeah. So exciting stuff coming down the pipe. We are excited to see new things. We're excited to get our hands on some new stuff here. Hopefully by the end of the year, we'll see. Oh, yes. Yes.
Drew says check out Nero 3D, the Canuck creator.
Why does that sound familiar?
Oh my goodness, you and your tabs.
Whatever. The Canuck creator. Oh, okay. I think I've seen his channel. Okay. In other news, BigTreeTech with their new stuff. So we've seen they are coming out with their new Pi, the Pi version 2, and alongside that the CB2, which the CB2 will be swappable into any CB1 compatible device. So if you have a machine with a one of the Mansa boards, you could swap out that CB1 for CB2 if you want to get a little bit more, I guess, performance. It's a little bit faster processor. I don't know if the Wi-Fi is going to be upgraded. I guess it would have to be upgraded on the CB2. So the big thing is 2.4 and dual band Wi-Fi, which is neat. And just some more features, which is cool. We'll see what the prices are on them. They haven't released pricing yet. Also, they're coming out with the eddy current sensor leveler, and it's supposed to be pretty small. It looks neat. They already have it like set up for a Voron. It's like fits in the what is that hot end? The stealth burner hot end, basically, which looks cool. I want to get my hands on one of those. So I don't know if that was the mystery product or anything like that, but that is not what I'm getting. I'm not getting the eddy current sensor. I'm getting a Pi sometime. The tracking for it is not updated in 16 days. I don't know what that's about. We'll see what happens. Because release time on that's the 22nd of April when they're going to talk about it more, and I'm really wanting to get one in before then, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
You reached out to Two Trees to let them know it hasn't updated in 16 days?
I could email them tonight. So, get an idea. We went through the news pretty quick.
Drew says that Nero 3D did a not review of the SV08 and says he's part of the Voron design team. Drew also says that the eddy current thing looks awesome.
Yeah, it does look awesome.
They released a new bamboo cooling shroud today. And Rich says he's sorry, he ate the pie.
He ate the pie.
That's why it hasn't gone anywhere.
Right. The Konami 2, that's another new thing. It's a little screen that goes on your stealth burner, which is neat. That seems more gimmicky, but sure. And then, obviously, new CAN bus stuff for stealth burner. They're really pushing the stealth burner stuff. So, which, good. It's an open source thing, so make more stuff for it. Make it popular, more popular.
Drew says that BigTreeTech released the shroud.
Oh, okay. Was it BigTreeTech that had a different shroud? I think they did not a long time ago, a couple months ago, so it must be a new one. Because their original one they had wasn't very effective. It wasn't any better than the factory one, and in some cases not as good as the factory one. So I know they're Panda Touch, so if you have a Bamboo Lab machine, the Panda Touch acts as a touchscreen that's remote, and you could remotely control several machines off of one screen, which is kind of neat. And they just released a firmware update today or yesterday for it, so pretty cool stuff.
We have someone I haven't seen comment before, and I'm hoping I'm just gonna call it.
You're gonna butcher the name.
It's Abbott. We're gonna say it's Abbott.
Where's Costello?
I think it's Abbott Nuts. So we're gonna go with Abbott. It says the Rat Rig V Core 4.0 is going to be released shortly.
Ooh, that is exciting because the V Core 3 was awesome. that was a cool looking machine. I know Teaching Tech built one, and that machine looks wildly nice. And I'm currently designing my own machine that is very heavily influenced by the rat rig. So,
Shiny.
huh? Oh, this shiny, yeah. From here, it looks upside down.
It kind of looks like you printed it inappropriately back end first. That is a nose, guys. That's a nose and cheeks.
Yep, it is YouTube appropriate. YouTube, just throwing that out there.
That is nose and cheeks. That is not something else.
It's not cheeks and.
You'll see it later. It's wow. Yeah. It's wow.
Yeah. Like I said, pretty casual stream today, other than talking just questions and a chit chat and some new stuff coming and 3D printing some stuff. So
I'm just gonna say we're missing some people.
we are.
I think doing this Tuesday thing, we're just missing some of our.
Yeah, we need to get better at being on Mondays. It doesn't help that life gets in the way sometimes, and we can't change that. I know it can be a little bit annoying, especially when we're doing this stuff, but as time goes on, we'll have more control of our own schedule, right?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about.
I apparently don't.
That went right over your head. Yes.
Scooney says, as the K1 Max continues to drop in price, what are your thoughts on that machine?
If it's anything like the K1, it's a good machine. It prints nice. The big thing is that the Creality slicer is not great. I use Orca slicer, and it prints great using Orca slicer. And it definitely helps to unlock it to use straight up fluid or main cell if you wanted to, instead of their own built-in version of fluid that's kind of locked down. And that's what I've done. I'm running just regular fluid on it, and it's really good. Now it doesn't have like a nozzle clean feature, which is a nice feature that the Bamboo Lab has. So I'm not doing multicolor stuff, so it's fine. It is fast. The input shaping is great. It works fine. There is a little bit more tuning to do as far as like pressure advance and stuff like that, but it's a great machine. Once I upgraded the extruder on it, I've had no issues. So and it prints really good quality, amazing prints. Like that's if I'm printing ABS or ASA at home, I'm using that machine. It's enclosed, it gets hot enough, and it prints it really, really good, really reliably. One day I want to get this printing ABS, but I got to finish the enclosure, and I'll probably have to have active heating because it's a larger space. So
I have to switch this over before it gets to the eyes, because
what?
when it gets the eyes, you'll see. I promise. It's a face. Promise. It's so bad.
Is it?
It's so bad.
I didn't get to see it printing the eyes earlier. I did a test print earlier with this camera angle to see if it worked.
It's so bad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's awesome.
Let's see. Abbott says why can't I say
Solo?
that? The SV08 list is $600.
Wow. That's really good.
Yeah, Rich says that's an amazing price for a printer like that.
Yeah,
Abbott says true, but they have a habit of being half-baked. Half-baked, much like Two Trees.
yeah, Two Trees is definitely half-baked. Although I've heard their new, the SK1, their new Bamboo Lab competitor, is pretty solid. People really like it. So it's not enclosed for some reason and missing some features, but overall people really enjoy it. So again, probably a stopgap machine. Sorry.
Rich says he stands by his statement on the Discord yesterday that an episode of you chasing Hurricane Zoe around the house would be entertaining.
That would be fun.
Or just more close-up of her just head over heels falling over her dinosaur. That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. Just
Drew says it was cheap. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm thinking about it was cheap, one of the other ones. It was cheap.
Okay.
Rich says get a GoPro. Scooney says, what about the Quiddy Max 3? QIDI?
Oh, the cutie or chi or something like that. I haven't really heard anything about it. They made something a while ago that was supposed to be pretty fast, but I wasn't that interested in it, so I didn't really do any research on it. So let us know what you think and if I should look into it and see what it's like.
THRL says, Artillery is not planning a similarly closed body machine?
You know, they supposedly were going to have a Core XY machine. No clue if that's actually going to happen. They were supposedly going to have a resin machine. No clue if that's actually going to happen. They released their X3 and X4 earlier this year, and people's opinion of those machines have been mixed. It's been kind of a mixed bag for them. So some people had issues right out of the gate. Some people love them.
It's one of the things we were talking about, Creality and quality control, and I feel like Artillery's just as bad, if not worse. Like, their quality control is...
Yeah, so again, I don't have any experience with their latest machine, so I can't say for sure. Because a lot of times people will have issues with the machine, print quality or this, that, and the other. And a lot of times it is user error. There's something that they are not doing correctly that is causing the machine to not function how they expect it to function. And I won't solely blame them, even though it is user error, I'm not going to blame the user solely on that. That should be something that Artillery or whoever should be able to address. Be like, hey, people are having these problems. They can collect data if they actually answer emails. Because another thing is people email Artillery, hey, I'm having this problem, and they get ghosted, and that is really horrible. That is really bad. Don't do that, Artillery. Answer your emails. People spend money on your machines and they have issues. Respond. Even if you sell a subpar product, if you're responsive and you're helpful, people will forgive you for that. What? She's giving me a look because I'm ranting.
Rabbit says I have an SK1 and it works, but it has a neutered version of Clipper and non-standard skipper board that won't readily take vanilla Clipper.
Oh no.
That's rough.
That is rough. I don't know why they do that. Just, if you're gonna run Clipper, run normal hardware.
But you know, you got things like Apple that get away with being so proprietary. So a lot of people want to be like that because if Apple can make you buy all that proprietary stuff, then why not see if you can do it too?
Yeah, that's fair, but at least make something that's functional.
Meh.
Like,
I mean,
I'm not an Apple fan. I don't use Apple products, but that doesn't mean Apple makes bad products. Apple makes great products. Now there are certain things that I mean, like the iPhone, I don't like it. But it's a good product and it works.
Rich mentions they even had a contest to name the Core XY machine. It was going to be the Spider. Rich, weren't you on part of that contest? Like, didn't you win that one?
Yeah. So
I'd be frustrated if I were you. Like, what was the point?
Actually,
Why did I
you know
win?
what I'm going to do? Remind me. I'm going to message Claire, their marketing person.
You have a contact again?
Yeah.
Oh.
They actually contacted me about a live stream that they're doing. They wanted to invite other creators to the live stream, but then I didn't hear anything else about it. I was like, oh, that sounds great, and then nothing.
So contact Artillery about
the Core XY, and then about possibly live streaming with them, or new products in general. So, because I would love to get my hands on one of the new machines,
One of
especially
the ones that's got the ribbon cable issue again.
yeah. Some people are. I've already had people message me asking me, "Hey, do you make a board for this?" Like, I don't have the machine or a board to reverse engineer, so I guess it wouldn't be that big a deal to pick up an X3 machine. The prices have gone down below $300. So I know there's been a YouTuber / Facebook person that's already clippered one of them, which is cool. What's up?
Scooney says that it's got high reviews. And he says it's pronounced Cheedy, he thinks.
Cheedy.
The QIDI.
Okay.
It says it's got high reviews.
Okay, I'll have to look into it.
Anakin says he's got the X4 Pro and the X2. I can say for sure the X2 is by far better, but slower.
Huh. All right. That's disappointing. You'd think that they'd make that X4 clipper machine a better machine. Again, they probably had some... I know a couple of the marketing people quit, and I imagine they've had some turnover over there. It seems like they're a different company than they were a few years ago, is what I gather. So
Seems like they were trying to innovate, so maybe they put more of the R&D into the innovation and just kind of revamped, like wash, rinse, and repeat for the other printers, you know?
maybe it seems a lot like they gained some notoriety in the community. They were competitive, and then they took that and decided to try to pump out more product. So quantity over quality. So
Let's see. Thank you for the pronunciation, Ed. Let me know if I said this right. I am trying. Names are tough. Names are hard. So it's...
names are hard. Words are hard.
All right, tell me if I did this right. A-bit nuts.
8-bit nuts.
Or is it all crammed together? How?
8-bit nuts?
A, like the letter A.
8-bit nuts, huh? 8-bit. Didn't they used to make like computers and motherboards? 8-bit? I think that was a computer company a long time ago. I don't know if they still exist.
Rich says, I entered, but I was not the winner. So he wasn't the one who won,
Oh,
but he did enter the contest.
Someone was. I thought it was one of our viewers. Was it?
I feel like it was too, but maybe we just made that up. We just wanted Rich to win so badly.
Maybe. It's been a while. So, again, Artillery, where are you with your Core XY machine?
A-bit nut said, that's me. Okay. I'm going to write that down
That's
so that
me.
I remember it, because I'm going to pronounce that wrong every time.
Every time.
And they say the Peoply Magneto X has an introductory price of $1,700. It may be worth it. It's a revolutionary 3D printer.
Yeah, we talked about that a couple months ago with their linear magnet system, and they're actually doing something very smart. They gave some machines to some creators that are more than qualified to be able to test the machines out and be able to work out any bugs, quirks, or little improvements that they can make to the machines that are going to be put to market. And Teaching Tech has done a few videos about it, and he's noticed some issues with it that he had suggestions for, and Peoply immediately took that and ran with it and implemented those improvements, and then obviously gave him instruction on how to do it, or asked for instruction on how it was recommended to be done. So that is a huge thing for Peoply to be able to do that. Give the machine to the community and let the community tell them yay or nay before making it a final product. Because once that product is final, it's hard to make changes, especially when they're trying to mass produce these things. So right now, the ones that have gone out I expect are handmade. I mean, obviously they're all handmade to a point, but there's a difference between someone meticulously assembling a machine and mass production. So,
Beta tester, basically.
huh?
Beta tester, basically.
Yeah, beta testers and taking actual feedback to heart.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a
really
huge
big
deal.
deal.
So,
Oh, Jay Who dropped by. Says, "What's up, peeps?"
what's up, Jay Who? Welcome to the show. If y'all don't know, go check out Jay Who. He's a good friend of Ed the Old Tech Guy. And check out Jay Who's TikTok. He loves his TikTok stuff. Good guy, good creator, good content creator, funny guy. So thank you for stopping by, Jay Who. We appreciate it.
It's a bunny face, Jay Who. I just had to go back to it to let y'all know. I promise it actually is a face. See?
Yep.
See?
It might
It's
be
a face. It's an actual. It's not a
blurry.
face. It's not something else.
It might be a little blurry. Just
No,
'cause-
it's okay.
okay.
It's okay. It's shiny. That doesn't help, but it's blurry.
Super
It's not
shiny.
blurry.
Yeah. I have a finished one over there. You could throw it at me.
THRL says this machine's going fast.
It does move pretty quick for what it is. I don't sports. Yeah, this guy. It's one of these shiny and articulated bunny rabbit in some blue silk filament. It looks nice. So,
Matt sliced it up and preheated it, apparently.
huh?
You sliced it up and preheated it.
I preheated the machine to get it started faster.
Seriously thought you were promising me stew.
Rabbit stew. Yummy.
Oh no, Jay Who says no more TikTok. It got shady with trolls.
Oh no. That's unfortunate because you got pretty big there on TikTok for a while. Sorry to hear that.
But you have a YouTube channel, right?
I believe it does.
Feel free to drop your YouTube channel, Jay Who.
I don't think I'll let him send a link. We'd have to make him a moderator to do that. So it's just
Say
Jay
the
Who
name
though.
of it. Oh, just
Yeah,
Jay Who.
yeah, it's his username. That's it. That's how that works. So
We've got Chuck E. Cheese here too.
that is
We've got
creepy.
one.
We have
Yeah.
one.
Super creepy. Our kid loved it.
Oh yeah,
But
you took her for that birthday party.
She's the kind of person who would love a creepy Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, but she's the kind of kid that the Chuck E. Cheese would probably be scared of her.
Oof. Oh.
I mean,
Yeah.
the waterboarding of a rubber chicken.
Okay, now that you said that, I don't know how you gotta explain.
She's got this rubber chicken and she holds it under the water, fills it
She
with
didn't just hold it under the water. She filled up a watering can, stuck the
That
nozzle
too.
of the watering can in its mouth, and just
and then she would squeeze it and it would make like
the worst sounds.
terrifying sounds.
Worst sounds.
And she's over there maniacally laughing like, should we be worried?
So if we ever go off air because, you know, we've disappeared or have been ceased to existed, and the kid's still around and we've drowned, it's definitely her.
Yeah. Definitely.
Jay Who wants to know if they serve alcohol at our Chuck E. Cheese. I don't remember. I don't remember if they do or not.
I don't know. Maybe back in like the 80s.
Spoonie asks, what's your thoughts on printing CFPETG, or should I be looking at a PACF for car parts and other strong prints?
Um,
And that's it.
I think for car parts, nylon, I mean, depends on what it is, PETG will work fine. The CF stuff is just a little bit more rigid. It will be less impact resistant to a point. I don't know if you're going for that. But for car parts, nylon, ASA, it would be a better option in my opinion. I've been printing a lot of ASA recently and it's cool stuff. It's really tough. So I did a whole big project with some at work and it's been a pretty successful endeavor. So, but it will work as a PETG is definitely has the UV resistance that you want if it's going to be exposed outdoors. ABS is not really UV resistant, so go with ASA if you want to go that route. So, but it is that time. We do have to cut this. Unfortunately, our rabbit is not done yet. It's close. It's probably like 5 minutes left.
At least it looks like a rabbit now, unless like
Yeah.
Something that would get you kicked off of YouTube. So
Let's look on here. How much time does it say?
there we go. Not enough time, honey.
Nope, not enough time. Okay.
Oops, sorry guys. I am all over the place here. Forgive me. I'm in a hurry. Gotta go get the kiddo. Okay, back to reality.
Snap back to reality. All right, everyone, but that does it for this week's show.
Coming in right at the last second, Gilbert says, hey all.
Hey all,
Evening,
Gilbert.
Matt and Emily. A bit late, but made it for a minute. Thank you for dropping by.
Thank you so much. Every minute counts. Next week, hopefully we'll have something more exciting to talk about. This week I just couldn't come up with anything specific, so I thought, let's do some Q&A and some news. Maybe once a quarter we'll do something like that. So help relay information and get ideas. So if you have any live stream suggestions, go to the Discord and give me some suggestions. But other than that, we do have to get going. Thank you so much for watching and stopping by. Remember, hit that like button, and if you haven't yet subscribed, we will see you all in the next one. Happy 3D printing, and goodbye.